This video is going to walk you through the simplest way to replicate CDC data from a database like Postgres or MySQL to a Snowflake data warehouse. We'll start here in the ingestion wizard, and we'll select PostgreSQL as our source and Snowflake as our target. The first screen of the wizard has us configure our connection. I'm going to use a connection that already exists, but creating a new one is as simple as filling out the connection form. Once the connection tests successfully, you can choose the publication that you want to use to read from PostgreSQL. Information about setting up the publication can be found on the right-hand side of the screen. We'll choose a heartbeat table. In my case, one already exists. And we'll choose the schema that we want ingested. The default is to ingest the entire Postgres database, including all schemas, tables, and columns. In this example, I'll be more selective and choose the orders and sales info table. The second screen has us configuring our connection to Snowflake. Again, I'll use a connection that already exists. And then we simply need to define how we want to map our source to target schemas. I'm going to choose the option here to replicate the source schemas to a single target and choose my demo schema and a table prefix of Postgres video. We also have options to automatically map each source schema to a identically named target schema or manually map from source to target. The last screen here, I can configure my ingestion job. I can choose data freshness, a default of 1 minute, but we can scale that back if that's not needed. And we can choose our replication mode. Exact replication is a 1-to-1 replication. Each source table will be one target table with a hard delete. If rows are deleted from the source, they're also deleted from the target. We also support a soft deletion model where a column is added to the target table with a Boolean value of whether or not the row is deleted. And finally, we do also support an append-only use case where the target table contains a column name referencing the record type, whether it's an insert, update, or delete. This can be used as an append-only changelog of the target table. Finally, we can set snapshot parallelism. For source systems with lots of tables or very large tables, you may want to increase the parallelism to speed up the time that your snapshot takes. The wizard here generates a few lines of configuration code as a replication job. If you're ready to go, you can go ahead and run the job straight from here. If you want to modify the code or save it into a worksheet, you can click the Edit and Worksheet button. With the job created successfully, we can now switch over to the Monitoring tab to track its progress. Job monitoring for a CDC job is broken into 2 sections. The first tab here will track the status of any necessary snapshots. In our case, we found 2 tables that we'll be snapshotting, and the snapshot status will tell you whether it's pending, snapshotting, or completed. Once a snapshot is complete, the table moves to the syncing tab, and then you know that the tables are being kept up to date. Once the snapshot begins, you'll see its status in the snapshotting mode with the number of records that we will be snapshotting and the percentage completed that we've read from the source and written to the target. With our snapshots now complete, we can see them in the Syncing Tables tab, along with the number of pending events waiting to be written and the status of each write to our target table. With our tables now replicating, we can also inspect data quality in our datasets interface, navigating to the Snowflake connection and the tables that we're writing data into. And here we can see the volume of data written over time, the schema of the data that's being written into Snowflake, along with statistics about each column that we're writing data within. For example, clicking on city here will give us schema statistics about the data being written, including the density of that column within the data table, when we first saw and when we last saw data, and a distribution of data within the column that we're writing. We can also switch over to the Snowflake interface, and if we refresh our object catalog, we'll now see the video orders table that Upsolver is ingesting, and we can go ahead and query data from that table. I hope this video helps you see how easy it can be to ingest CDC data into Snowflake. And if you'd like to try it out for yourself, check out upsolver.com. Thanks.